Welcome back to the Tiny Gamer Hangar. This is Mike coming at you with the weekly news and review for March 1st, 2026. 2026. I only get to use that clip once in a while, but there is news this week. A lot going on, but as you know, we have a TFCon coming up here in about 2 weeks, and a lot of the news I would like to report's being kind of held up for that event. And with that, we will talk about Transformers news. There's always something going on with Transformers, but I think a lot more is coming very soon. Super Sub's got some Thundercats reissues. Anything that's pricey is getting reissued again. So, you know, good thing you didn't spend $100 a figure. And $65. I got to talk about that. It's almost like it's a prank, or hey, let's just see if it sells anyway, kind of a joke. Also, we've got Retro Toy Escapades showing some stuff that I didn't see from Toy Fair, which is really cool. It's really, really cool. We'll be talking about that. And then a new Scareglow. It's been making the rounds, if you know what I mean. And really cool that they're making it. Wish it was as good as the classics. Man, they're not quite there yet. And then we got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. NECA putting out stuff. Some things, stuff and things. We'll talk about all of that. We got more Megaman from Haya. Guess that needs to be discussed. Also, there's some Star Wars news. There's some Cutie Katie. Look at it. It's Cutie Katie. Another week and another several videos featuring predominantly my video. YouTube actually let me know this week something called revenue sharing if people are using your copyrighted material. I don't know if I'd want to go that route or not. Don't want to make money on the backs of other people, but with probably a good hour and a half of my footage being used by another channel, maybe I should. Let's get into news coming up. I had enough passive aggressiveness for 1 week. Let's get in and talk about what's new at Shozy Store and fourth party MP10 Optimus Prime Japanese metallic version. Now they've got both. They've got the Japanese colors here. They have US colors, and they both have metallic paint, sheen, shine to. Now these are not VAC metal, which is a whole different, like the CH, the chrome one that they made years ago. But this is $60 at Shozy Store. And I talked about this on Friday, but we got the Breaking Robo Concept 7. So I didn't even bother to look it up. Is this number 7 for the Machine Robo toy line? I guess it is, I'm assuming. But it is Turbo. That's how I know. I know him as Turbo. They're doing die-cast. They're also going to be remaking, putting back out the Concept 4, the Copter, and he's going to be in die-cast. Also, 113 a piece for these guys, and they're still only about 3.75 inches tall. But they're like Missing Link. Now, they have the articulation, all that stuff. Missing Link Grimlock is coming out in the standard cartoon colors instead of toy look. And the one thing I want to say about this, it's not just that I like the toy look better than the cartoon look when it comes to Dinobots, which is really the complete opposite of how I normally am. But I think this looks better than many of the other cartoon looks. So we're talking about a Missing Link figure that's just vintage G1 with upgraded articulation, but added a cartoon look. I think it looks good. I've got it pre-ordered, and I'm not sure if they've got the price on it just yet, but they generally run probably $120, probably. All right, we got Takara here with Diaclone Reboot DA120 robot-based Defender, and by my Captain 01 on X, and just showing packaging art or the packaging look of this. And it looks to be a very, very big box because it looks to be a very, very big bot. Still interesting and fascinating. It's kind of the ride that I'm not going on because I'm not collecting any of this stuff. It's very expensive, but I still appreciate it from afar. And we have some pictures assembled from the Son of the Empire. And of course, he does great videos. This is the Ocular Max Perfection Series PS 28 Demolisher, all-in-one Devastator combiner. Now, this just kind of shows where we're at with those legs, where they're at, I guess, where they're at, because I'm not in on this one either. So it's another one I'm gonna have to appreciate from afar. But it's kind of fun. Kind of fun with all these devies going on. Six devies at the same time? In case you didn't watch my Abaddon review, I broke this. I think it's really good to get this information out there for this. This part is way flimsier than I anticipated. It snapped with almost no pressure, and somebody had told me that they broke the other one on the other arm that doesn't even have a cannon connected to it, and all they did was trying to rotate it around like the cannon one. So that's definitely an issue. Obviously, Shozi is going to take care of me, and this is also a good reason. Like, where do you buy your stuff from? Yes, you can contact X Transbots directly, but Shozi will take care of me on this. No big deal. And with that, be careful when you're rotating the cannon, and do not put any pressure. I've watched a couple of people that have reviewed it since, and they are holding that piece very carefully going forward. And hopefully my break helps keep anybody from breaking theirs. All right, Twitter user YS Mia has shown pictures of the missing link Nemesis, the C01N Nemesis Optimus Prime, the repaint. Now, not really surprised at all about anything with it other than just what are the colors they chose, where are those color differences and variations, and here's all the variations of Optimus Prime so far as it's come out, with the old Sentinel Prime and the Toon and the toy look, and of course now with Nemesis, and that looks good. I did not get the Nemesis one, but now I'm kind of wishing and hoping I do. Hope it's not too late, but yeah, they look really nice. They're all very nice so far. Coming on March 6th, I don't know if it's just going to be like pre-orders going up that date. It goes live for the Japanese market, but there's pre-orders for it. Will we pre-order them then? Anyway, Takara Dramatic Capture Series Jetfire combined. This is the Studio Series. Is it Revenge of the Fallen? Optimus Prime and Jetfire with Take My Pots, which is of the modern day kind of iterations of stuff, some of my favorite here. And with that, it's pretty cool. It really is. It is interesting they're putting it back out. I'm not going to pick it up myself because I'm kind of trying to move away from sort of the mainline stuff, but it's mainline, but it's still Takara at the same time. And it's fascinating. And we're seeing the Masterpiece cassettes getting put back out again, and some recolor variations. I do believe that Rat-Bat is the one that everybody wants the most, and this was not a mistake. This is planned. They planned this out. This is a decade in the making. This one little bird's going to sell the whole set. Probably. I don't really know. I'm not getting it, though. I don't need it. I've already got the first one. I'm good on it. I'm good on all this. In fact, I kind of like the Fans Toys ones a little bit better. The paint's superior. The die-cast is more die-casty than the plastic and all that kind of stuff. So 3D print via Robot Kibble. And so this is starting to stack up to be pretty cool what Robot Kibble's doing here. Making what I believe these are in Masterpiece scale. If they're not, they're at least Chug or in between. But it looks really good. So we got this Mirage, obviously unpainted, but still a nice base to start from. And then, of course, you can paint it yourself or whatever. Now, I am kind of hearing the trend of this is going to be in the future, probably still at least a decade away, that companies do this. They put out files, but you don't really need companies to do it when individuals are doing it, and they're doing it this well already, and they can sell their files. I mean, think about it. Puts all the time, money, effort into it to make something like this, then puts the files out, sells them at $10 a file, you print it yourself, and sells 100 of them. I mean, you could make a lot of money doing this. People just designing and doing this can make a lot of money doing it. It's pretty awesome if they do it this well, and it transforms into this. So there's all that to look forward to. But I'm not personally set up for 3D printing. It's not something I really want to mess with. And I saw some ads for a 3D printer. I was like, oh, cool. Is it it's 800. So there are cheap ones, and you get what you pay for still. I don't really feel like 3D printing is for the masses yet. So that's why I say it's like a decade off. Just like a 65-inch TV wasn't for the masses 10 years ago, now it's for the masses at the current prices, especially on the Black Friday sales. But I would avoid Black Friday TVs. I would avoid those kind of deals on 3D printers also. Believe it or not, this is not 3D printed. This is a prototype for the Datsun Bros from Magic Square. So, for some reason, I thought they already did their Datsun Bros. So is this like a new mold of it? I don't know. I probably would be in on them though, because I did get Iron Trans, and the Iron Trans are great, but I understand too big is too big. They're too big for the correct scale. I want my Carbots bigger and, you know, closer to sort of 75% of Optimus Prime, not half the size. But then everything else just doesn't scale with it. So I probably will be in on a new set of Datsun Brothers from Magic Square. Yellow Park is putting out more pictures of their AMK Beast Wars. I like the fact that it's just AMK, so it's cheaper. I like that this looks really good. This is the Dinobot. Dynamite Dinobot. And yeah, it looks really good. And I think I actually have an in-hand picture of the next one. Did I say in-hand picture? Yes, it is in-hand. And that joke never gets old. But he looks good. I think he looks really good for, and I'm hoping the $35 price point. Again, I haven't seen him. I got to go look him up on Shozi store or wherever you buy your stuff. But yeah, it looks good. And I wasn't sure if I'd get in on these, but this is smart thinking. Instead of making these the pros and charging 60 or 65, charging the lower price point and just making them the standard one, I do believe is going to be more enticing for Beast Wars collectors to get into them. All right, so Prime vs. Prime has reviewed this figure, and since I made a comment saying I thought it looked better than the old one because it was smoother and the way the promo pics were posed, you really didn't get a good look at it. Prime vs. Prime tore this up, which I'm not used to hearing him do stuff like that, but he tore it up. He basically said that it's not an improvement over the previous one. I guess go watch his video and all the stuff, but I didn't like all the line work and all that stuff on the original one, and I really felt like this was just going to take this mold and make it a little bit better and smooth it out. That's not at all what they did. It's a complete rebuild from the ground up. I do like the smoother look of the new one, but I guess you could say the silhouette's a fail. I guess. And I guess I kind of agree. But I don't really have a dog in the fight here, so it doesn't matter. And I do want to show next to Blitzwing, this Astro Train next to Blitzwing. And yeah, I think that the Blitzwing still looks great, holds up well. It's a nice Blitzwing. And side by side, I don't think they look horrible together side by side, but it just feels, yeah, it does feel like the new Astro Train's too skinny. And yeah, they don't really match. Trying to figure out if you've got the touch or not. Well, this is Kranix in hand, user Yo-Yo Zhangnan 05. And I think that this is the right scale. It works. And he transforms into something, but I'm not really worried about that. I will probably pick this up. It is, to me, this is something that even Masterpiece collectors aren't going to be getting anytime soon. And it is that good looking. And I don't care about the alt mode. So I won't be transforming it. Won't be transforming anything for a while. No, just kidding. Just joking. But yeah, he looks good. Looks really good. And I expect an Arvelous repaint. And it's Power Glide. In-hand images from HKTF Facebook group. And I think it looks good. I'm just going to say this. I mean, I sit here and report on the stuff that I see. I'm not buying all of it. I will be picking and choosing some stuff. But it's really hard to say anything negative about this. It's got features where you can, the chest panel opens up, you can see the heart. So really knocking it out of the park. The Transformers team is knocking it out of the park. I mean, I think they're doing the best job. And you can argue sells, and is the Marvel team doing the most sells or what? But I think the best work is being done on the Transformers team. All right, thanks to Toys R Us on YouTube. we got the Stranger Things WSQK van, and it's in the bot mode here. He is bigger than a bread box, but smaller than an Ecto 1 crossover. So there's some other crossovers they've had going on, and the one on the right there wasn't that Stranger Things crossover. Also, alt mode shows that it is a much cleaner alt mode than what we got previously, and it does look good. It's if you want it just in this van mode, then you're going to be doing a really good job, or it's going to be doing a really good job. We've got more unreleased RID Constructibot renders. For those who know who these are, we've got an Optimus Prime Gridlock and Underbite. So I'm taking I take it that this one is Optimus Prime. Am I right? If I'm right, then I don't know. I can't imagine that any of these would be anything else. But I'm going to go in the order of the pictures, and hopefully I get this one right too. And I think this one is this Grimlock? It's got to be Grimlock, right? So that's what I'm going to go with. And it's interesting stuff that they got. I'm really fascinated by stuff in the past that never got released. It's always kind of been an interesting fascination of mine. I take this as the one Underbite. Or, I mean, maybe you got to, am I right? Underbite on that one. Or flip-flop them. I don't know. One's probably, yeah, I'm guessing Underbite. Anyhow, interesting stuff if you're in on the RID 2015 Constructibots. And we've got some more pictures here. This is the Studio Series Transformers 1 Orion Pax, and he's got a chainsaw. And I watched the movie once. I don't remember all the details about it, but I guess he did have a chainsaw like that in the movie, and if so, well, then that's cool. And then there is a Bumblebee, which it's not a bad Bumblebee. And yeah, at this point, I'm sure mainline collectors have about 8 Bumblebees. All right, so let's get into the Ramen Toy Mobula packaging, and it looks good. This is the back of it, and leading with the back, so you can see the front is the flap that's up. So it flaps up. So that's the front of it. You flip it around, and there is the front. So you can open up the flap, and you can see the product, which I think is fascinating. It's great. You don't have to open it, keep it sealed, and still see your vehicle and all that's in there, which is an advantage. And there it is. And this thing should be delivering. I think he's saying it's delivering in March, but I'm not sure. It was kind of like a comparison that it's coming and it's only been a year, is what he's saying. And so I'm not sure it's going to deliver directly in March or maybe shortly after. Anyway, I got it pre-ordered, and I look forward to it. All right, Mama Mask for loyal subjects, the Gator, and there's kind of some ideas. I don't know if these are just renders, but showing it off what they've got going on. Thanks to Ken. Is it Ken? Over at Retro Toy Escapades on YouTube channel, and he's got a Facebook group and a lot of great stuff that he does. So anyhow, there's the electronic ouch blast effect that's put onto the roll bar gun. Then there's also another blast effect, or two, I guess, the freeze gun blast effects that go on the side guns to it. So that's pretty cool. And then let's see what we got going on right here. There's more stuff showing. So one of the things I did catch that John Ward was talking about is they're actually putting in a windshield, which the original one didn't have a piece of glass in the windshield. It was just open. So you had to imagine there's a windshield. So that's actually going to be on this one, which is a good thing. But if they did it in Kenner, how many windshields would be missing? You'd be paying $23 to get a windshield to put in your Gator. That would have sucked back then. But now you should expect to get your windshield with it for this one. Then here's the figure, and it's showing all kinds of different stuff. But when pictures of slideshows don't come out that great, and yeah, so it would have been better to wait for them to drop the official pictures on their site. Yeah, you thought they would have done that by now, and they haven't. But here this is, and that's what you'd expect. And I really like these, but it gets better. So this isn't the best news. Here's the best news, and again, I don't have it. It's almost like it's hinted at this is going to happen, but it's not 100% confirmed. But that they're going to be doing these adventure packs that they had back in the day, which I just recently kind of completed my set of these not too long ago. That all the parts and pieces and have it all complete. And this is what I want. Now, obviously, the figure's going to look different. Obviously, the parts and pieces are going to be a little bit different. They're not going to be fully compatible with the vintage stuff. But would they upgrade it at all or anything? And I'm curious price point. I mean, these can't be 50 each, like some ridiculous, absolute ridiculous nonsense. They've got to be affordable. So, I mean, I'm thinking, I was hoping for 10, but I mean, probably realistically 20. Or if they think they're Super 7, 25. But it's going to have all the US ones. And then also the thing I'm hearing is with the Hurricane / Night Stalker, that we're going to be getting some accessories with Hondo that would have gone with the whole Sea Attack. And so I'm curious how that works out. Will we get the Sea Attack also carded? I mean, that's what I'd want. I mean, I'd want the carded Sea Attack. So a lot of questions still out there. This is still in sort of rumor territory. It's not a Tuma and it's not a Ruma. It is reissues of Super 7 Ultimates. I can't make this up. Chitara and Tigra. Okay. So let's tell this story. When Tiger came out for $45 several years ago, he had issues with paint app issues, missing the elbow pad and all of that. And so they basically just stopped or made no more, and that became a very rare figure, was selling for over $100. And I got mine. I actually had issues with mine, and I got an extra one sent to me from good old BBTS. Then they put this Tiger back out in the deluxe line for $35. So now you can still get them at places, 35, 37, wherever, and he's still available. And it's a good figure. It's a great figure. But they're putting him back out now for $65, while you can still go get a $35 option. And it's almost like this is a test. Like, let's test this. Let's push the market as far as it could go and see what happens. Same thing with Chitara, but I think to a much lesser degree that people want to get another Chitara, because we've got the $35 one out there. You can still easily get her. So I just don't understand this mindset and thinking, other than the mold, the tooling is so readily available because it just got used. Let's just use it again. I do not understand the thought process. And then Snurf. So this is only available at Entertainment Earth so far right now, but you know how things go. They just happen to show up everywhere down the road. But pre-orders for the standard Ultimate Snarf for $65. Now this is another thing that I just can't write this. So if I were to be a fiction writer, I would have to get a better imagination, or just write about reality and be a non-fiction writer. Because Snarf at $55 is way too expensive. It is unacceptable. I will never spend, nobody will ever spend $55 on Snarf. But he sells out. And now he comes back for $65, and will probably sell out at $65. So I can't write this stuff, but I will say this. The $65 one is a better figure than the $37.99 one, because the people want the coloration. They want that extra tail so he can stand display, standing on his tail, the tail display stand piece. So there's a lot of reasons why people would rather have the standard Ultimates and not the deluxe on the left. AKA toy color one that nobody, well, I don't want to say nobody, most collectors don't prefer that one. Storm Collectibles is doing reissues of all these figures, along with the Akuma figure going up for pre-order, and Akuma sold out at Gundam it really fast because I was going to get one, but I was on the fence, and I actually saw the Jada Toys one at a GameStop today for $30, and I have a $5 coupon, but isn't it supposed to be a $25 figure? And I was thinking for $20 after 5 off. I don't know. I don't know the character, and so with that, I got to stop buying characters I just don't care about because I don't have space for it. But anyway, these are the Storm Arena, not Storm Collectibles, Storm Arena, and they're around the $30-$35 price point also. I think pre-orders still available at BBTS. Playmates just got off the phone with Todd McFarlane. His advice was milk that license before the license milks you. And they said, hold my ooze with these Playmates. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Godzilla crossover mashups. Collector Wave #2 figures with Donnie and Jet Jaguar, Shredder as Mecha Godzilla, and Splinter as King Caesar. If any of that makes any sense to you. And we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon Robo, Toka, and Razor 2-pack from NECA, which is going to be part of the Target Haul-a-thon in March. That's today. Well, no, it's probably not there today, but it is coming in March. So there's always that, and yeah, that's going to be kind of cool. If you're in on this stuff, if you're not in on this stuff, well, then you can save your money. That'd be nice. NECA's also putting out these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 cartoon footbot 7-inch scale 2-pack, which I'm sure these are not cheap. They should be, since it's just a repeat of the same figure over and over, but it's probably not cheap. All right, Legend of Dragonor Hellforge figures on BBTS. It is from Formo Toys, not FOMO Toys. Formo. See, they almost got me there with the Formo. And this is Grime, Emperor, and Azurus. They look cool. They look interesting. They look like He-Man knockoffs. I have to print a retraction. They're not knockoffs. They look more like bootlegs. So this week we've got the Motu Origin Stone Dar, and I finally bought something. It's been nearly a year, but my $10 subscription's almost over, so I spent it. And now I don't really know what's going on or why this is happening and how it happened, but I went ahead and bought it. So I put this in my cart, and then I said, okay, what's the last one that didn't get, and I put it in my cart. So I got two. I'm like 8 behind. Let me show you how far behind I was. So I wasn't sure if I should put my business out there, but I really don't care. Hopefully this helps people. But if you notice, all this stuff, the Rio Blast, the Hurricane Hordak, the Origins Despera, the Origins Sharilla, the Voltac, all that was on 40% off sale. I had it in my cart from November. I was going to buy it, and they got cheaper because they were 30% off in November. Then now anyway, I bought it all at once, and only one shipping of $8. I put all this out there so that you could see full transparency what I'm doing over here. Hopefully it saves you money. I already had the quantities figured out in November, so I just ran with them because I can't remember why I wanted to order however many of each that I did. But anyway, now the two most recent ones, the Blast Attack and the Stone Dar, I only bought one of each of them because if they go on sale, I'll buy others extras to open and mess with. And if they don't, then I'll just keep my one on the card. I bet you nobody else puts their business out there like that, but I'm not scared. Megaman X Exquisite Basic Series X Falcon Armor figure from Hyatt Toys, which just looks, I thought we seen this before. Did we see it in like red or something? But it looks cool. It's priced $77 US with the tariff included. Yeah, there we go. And I think it looks great. I'm not in on any of this Mega Man stuff, but I still think it looks cool. It looks fun. It's an age of retro gaming it's interesting to see it come to life. That's all I got to say. I'd rather see these figures, I mean, even they won't be this good, but hanging for $10 at the Walmart. I'd rather have that. All right, so we got pictures from, I think this came from, it says Roy Juarez, and then it says down here, Manuel Eduardo Caritas. So I really don't know who to give credit to for the pictures. It's on Toy Art. But look, we've got a Scareglow. Now, here's the thing about the Scareglow. I don't have a Classics one. I don't want to spend the ridiculous money that Classics go for. And I want this to be as good as Classics. I doubt it will be, though. It's still better than their first attempt, and it looks good. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it for $23. But my problem is I'm gonna get this in hand. I'm gonna look at pictures of the classics, and I'm gonna want the classics one even more. That's the problem. That is where I saw this line doing it to me. Getting it in hand and going, oh, this is okay, still doesn't measure up to classics. And that is my biggest problem. I love what they're doing with the Masterverse now, whatever they call this, Chronicles or whatever. And this is the inaugural edition, which whatever that means. But it's still, I just don't have that nice power of I already got classics, so I could pass on this, or maybe I pick it up, but I don't have to go pay hundreds of dollars for a classics one. Mondo's making a Harley Quinn TV series, Mondo, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy set. And a new figure from Mondo gives DC fans figures from the Harley Quinn animated series that streamed on HBO Max. Let's see. Harley stands 7.8 inches tall, and Poison Ivy is 8.5. Limited to 1,250 pieces. Opens March 3rd at noon for orders, and priced at $150, and will probably sell out. Now remember, Janine is still up for pre-order right now, and I plan to get her. Wait until the last minute. I was going to pass on her, but I don't know. Legs. What did Nox say? Nox said, hello, Legs. Yeah, remember that in Batman? Okay, getting to Ultimate NECA Usagi Yojimbo for the 5th time, or 8th time, or 12th time. Funny, I did pick one up when it first came out because I thought, ooh, get it now or never get it. Forever hold your peace. And turns out you had several opportunities to get it. Heck, you're going to have probably 5 more. So they're different paint variations, slight differences, but this looks good. I mean, the first one looked good. The second one looked good. You know where I'm going with that? It's all those reissues that just make me want to stop collecting that stuff. But like, which version do I even want? I don't even know anymore. So Grover, the only picture I really want to showcase is him in the box, what it comes with. People were wondering at Toy Fair if you're just going to get a Grover and you just put a Super Grover stuff on. But no, you're going to be getting another Grover, standard Grover, and it's going to have more stuff with it. And probably, I think, another little character with them. I don't remember. I heard somebody talking about it somewhere. And again, I just remember hearing it. And if I knew who it was it Pixel Dan? I don't know. Was it Mad Hatter? I don't remember. One of them, I think. But we'll see it before long, what the other version of Grover is going to have with it. But this one is Super Grover, and looks good. This caught my attention. There's going to be a Kratos and Atreus in the wild. It's going to be a show, a God of War live-action series coming to Prime Video, and it's going to have Ryan Hurst as Kratos and Callum Vinson as 10-year-old son. This is based off the video game, and my son played the game. He liked it. You see the action figure. They already made an action figure of Kratos. It's old man Kratos and his son, but the son's the only one that shows up at Ross. You can't get a Kratos to save your life. So if you want a Kratos, you're gonna have to probably pay more on the aftermarket. I didn't even look it up because not too into that. But I would have got one at Ross for $10. Here is a story about a pair of G.I. Joe movies in early development. So it said that 2 separate G.I. Joe movies are currently in early development. Paramount initially enjoyed success with a franchise as its first 2 films featured stars like Bruce Willis, Dwayne Johnson, and Channing Tatum, amassing a global total of $678 million. However, in 2021, spin-off Snake Eyes underperformed, earning just $40 million. Only $40 million worldwide. Wow. Anyway, they're going to give it a go again because G.I. Joe is hot. Speaking about hot G.I. Joe stuff, I understand someone by the name of Roman got these at a Target. I don't know where, but somewhere out there at one of these Targets was this. And Michigan. So, pretty cool stuff. I hear this sold out on Pulse. So you got to go to Target to get it, which isn't going to be a problem, I don't think. Will it? And one thing I left out of the Transformers section before I get into Star Wars is the MD005. This is funny because it's a custom 3D printed parts upgrade kit for accessories for parts storage on Baidu. So a Baidu user showed this. It's really kind of cool, actually. You can store all your stuff in the trailer with this add-on. So it's a knockoff, and it's got upgrade kit for a knockoff. I wonder if it works on the official too. All right, we're getting to a little bit of Star Wars news right here. We got a Moff Gideon figure, which is kind of cool. So this one is Mafex. Doesn't say the price yet because, you know, if you gotta ask the price, you can't afford it, right? No, that's a joke. I've heard a long time ago, still don't get it. But look for pre-orders on this live soon. The figure is scheduled for release in December. See the new images below. And this is from the Disney series. I like this character. I like the actor. Of course, the one that played something about Saul or something. Anyway, it was pretty cool. I didn't watch that show, but I just kind of know it in passing. But this figure features helmeted portraits, 2 swap-out unmasked portraits, and interchangeable hands, fabric cape, staff with effects, retracted staff, flame effects, grappling hook, and a blaster, and a very nice shine. Disney Parks is going to be having the Droid Factory Cutie Katie, and has hit Disney Parks and eBay, evidently. And this Friday, Disney Store. Next Friday? This Friday, next Friday. Whichever Friday is coming up. And I guess. Then we get into some other stuff. I mean, it's Star Wars, so there's not a lot. But new pre-order Remnant Stormtrooper. For those of you who've never gotten a Stormtrooper. Oh, man. I understand you want Stormtroopers and Troop Builders. I get it. It'll probably sell. I get it. And then there's this pre-order. Another pre-order of Plo Koon and Commander Wolf. Is it Wolfie? Like in Terminator 2? What's wrong with Wolfie? But anyhow, I heard this sold out really fast. So, and I read right under where I got this from Yakface, like 1:30 in the afternoon, it was sold out. Which I guess is good sign that people still collect it. Bad sign if you want to get your hands on it. I guess they won't be showing up at Ross. And we got Star Wars Vintage Collection Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper Mandalorian Grogu Premium 3.75-inch action figure on sale for $17. I just got a figure at Ross today for $4. And then the other one was mispriced at $5, and they gave them both to me for $4. So I'm just saying that item will be released on. It will be released on April 1st. Is this a joke? All right, so I guess that's all I got. Let me know what else is awesome that went on last week that I missed out on, because I'd like to know. Put it in next week's video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Pet Dream Hanger out.